All right, another episode of Stripes and Coffee. What's up, Hoodale?
What am I, AJ?
AJ Houday. Ainsley Johanna, that's her name, but hey, we'll go with AJ Houday because this is a Bengals fan channel, so we're going to roll with that. My name's Dale, so Hoodale. Why not? Sounds appropriate. So, Saturday morning, already done with my coffee. It's actually afternoon now, I think. So,
Oh yeah.
I'm not an alcoholic, but I do got a glass of wine here. So, I guess today, right
Sounds
now.
like what an alcoholic would say.
Straps and wine. Yeehaw, son of a bitch. But yeah, this Thursday night game was super duper exciting, frustrating, multiple things all wrapped up into one to just overall just be an awesome night. It just, I don't know, maybe when it was all said and done and the outcome was something we wanted, that drama made it more awesome in the end. But, I guess I would have preferred not having that. I'd rather,
It was kind of stressful.
The only two great nights would have been like an epic type of thing like this, or a blowout game where it's a part of the whole game. And I'm hoping we get one of those eventually because it's been a long time. I felt like since the Bengals had a party game.
The one I remember most
Was that
recently
Jets
is the
game?
Jets one.
Was that the 2015 season
It
where we're
might
kicking
have
everybody's
been.
butt? I just remember it was against Geno Smith, and Marvin Jones had a whole bunch of touchdowns. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, waiver wire pickup for that guy, because that was kind of a breakout game. I don't know. It just that's the last one that I recall in recent memory. So I was hoping maybe this one will be that, but I'll take a win any day of the week. And boy, it was exciting when it all said and done. So we're going to talk about a couple of things we liked, maybe some of the things we didn't like, and just kind of go from there. But I guess since the game started kind of on a shitty note, we'll go with what we didn't like, which was 99% of the first half. I'll go with 98% because the 1% for two things that were good.
The first drive.
The first drive, other than the result, obviously, but that was the one of the 2%. So we looked good. We were moving the ball, passing around. I thought we had good choices between running and throwing the ball, and just seemed like we were going to carve them up this whole game. Then we got down there, close to the red zone, not quite there, but kind of close, down to the deep in that end of the field, and OPI call against Jamar Chase, which I don't know. I'm not upset that it got called because his hand did make a full extension and the dude went away. But when you really look at it, it really felt like they were just he was just fighting off it was just hand fighting. When it just got kind of really unlucky that when he was hand fighting, his hand extended, and then, it made it look like more of a push off than it actually was. I think it was just more hand fighting, but it was called, and I'm not bitter over that one. Just sometimes you get some, sometimes you don't, and that's the way it worked out. So that would have been a conversion. I think we get a touchdown. I think we keep moving to get that touchdown, but that put us back. I think we did like a draw play or something, some sort of run thing, which was a little weird. But I really think they might have resigned to a field goal at that point, like just get some opening drive points. We'll pick up what we can. And then Monday McPherson misses. You're going to miss some kicks. That's just the way it goes. But that just felt like a very Bengals way to start, man. I'm like, oh no, man. Prime time Thursday night. What do you think about that, AJ?
Oh yeah, it definitely felt like a Bengals moment, and just with how the rest of the first half proceeded up until the very end, it just felt like you said, just the classic Bengals in prime time against a new quarterback. It just felt like everything was going wrong. All the wheels were falling off.
Like, oh, we're winning games. We got a couple wins behind us. We beat the Steelers. Great team. Everybody's picking us to win. And it felt like, oh no, is this where the team's wheels fall off and we just look like this garbage team in front of everybody? Like, why is everybody talking about them? They suck. We know how the Bengals are.
Trap game.
And a classic trap game, but kind of like a meltdown in classic Bengals fashion if you've been around the team long enough. Because if the game went like this in the second half, or we were just kind of okay, maybe scoring some points, this could have been still a disaster. They score 14 first half points, maybe 14 second half points, and we maybe get a touchdown or two, and it is still a blowout and just ugly, but we all know how it turned out. But yeah, it felt like it was that. And then the other 98%, that sucked was everything in between that and near the end of the first half. So the defense, although it may not have been exactly terrible, they were efficiently moving the ball. We didn't have a great answer, I don't think, for Trevor Lawrence and like that read option where he was just keeping the ball tucking and running with it. And that gets us a lot. And we've had bad luck with rookie quarterbacks, but that's always kind of like silly to make those type of, like I'll bring up those stats because most of these people weren't probably on the team where we've had our other rookie quarterbacks and they smoked us. But still, it's there, and it seemed like it might have been a factor or at least holding true. Factor might not be the right way to say it, but it seemed to be playing to exactly what we wouldn't have wanted to happen, right? They got a pretty decent offensive line. This is one of the first times that we've had a good offensive line, so I was hoping our defensive line wasn't fool's gold because we played some bad offensive lines.
I don't think they were totally.
Well, it seemed like it might have been like working that in the first half. They were running against us. We weren't really getting in a whole lot of pressure, so it was the exact type of game plan where I think would be set up to lose, where they run the ball efficiently. Trevor Lawrence makes some things happen with his legs, opens up a couple things where they can take some shots. That wasn't the first half, or was that the second half where Trevor Lawrence peeled out of the pocket? We flushed him out, got some good pressure. To Chenault, yeah.
That was at the end of the first half that's where it set them up to get that touchdown.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember if that was first half, second half, but yeah, I remember he just made that was an incredible throw. And honestly, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be great. Not many people can make that throw. That just had a lot of air underneath it, and he was running right and just threw off his back.
Like
Yeah. So that was amazing. Great job there on him. Sucked for us obviously, but yeah, they were running all over us. Couldn't really stop them, and just really didn't look good. Then got down with our backs against the wall, fourth and like less than one, like fourth and a half or something like that, and they decided to go for it, which I agree with wholeheartedly. I mean, I think that's probably like a 70-80% chance you get that. I'm just pulling that number out of my butt.
Well, it makes sense. That's the kind of position where, I mean, you can really step on the other team's throat, and if you don't get it, you can trust that, if you're at that point,
you're still up 2 scores, and
you can trust your defense to take care of it, I think.
Yeah, you just...
And they have to drive the whole length of the field, too, the other offense. It's not like it's, it's right there on the goal line, and, drive the whole length of the field with, like, what was it, like 50 seconds or something, less than a minute in the first half.
Yeah, they get that. They're kicking off to us. We had 2 timeouts. Who knows? Like if they would have scored that, if we could have been able to generate any type of points. But that was crucial. I don't think it was a bad choice, like I said, for them to do that. Maybe they could have had a better play call. I don't know. I'm not really like a coach or anything like that. I just kind of watch with my eyes and the people that I listen to. But I think you get that play most of the time. So they probably made the right choice there. And even if they didn't, there was a whole lot of chance we could score. I mean, we could, maybe, but we had some timeouts and a little bit of time, but we're on like the half-yard line, So we do anything bad, get a safety or something crazy like that. So, but we get that stop, man. And I think Logan Wilson was plugging up that middle there. That dude was a beast.
He didn't get an interception, but he did have, what was it,
like 14 tackles, 11 tackles? I don't know.
And he was the one that
I think he got a sack. Did he get a sack in this game?
He was the one that was a part of that goal line stand. So
he plugged that, yeah.
I said he was going to do something good. I thought he was going to get an interception.
You did say something, I think, in that last video about Logan Wilson doing something awesome, man.
And did.
And, yeah, that might not go on any stat sheet as like a, something amazing more than just a tackle. But
it prevented them from scoring, or he at least had a
that could have been the key to the game. And they're talking about like what we did in the second half, but none of that. Most of that could be a moot point if they get that touchdown, and that's where it started. And if you believe in momentum and all of that, that could have been the point where, we turned the tide of the game. And sorry about that car alarm. I don't know why somebody decides to break into a car right when we're recording our video, but anyway.
How insensitive.
How insensitive. I'm recording a YouTube video. God damn it. Anyway, so that was the other 1% that I liked. So 1% that goal line stop, 1% that first drive up until we kind of missed the kick and all that, and 98% of poo-poo in between. Anything else like you kind of remember in that first half that...
Oh, no, most of it was.
Well, they were sitting there in a blur, like, what is happening here? These are the Jaguars. We're supposed to be, on paper so much better than them, blowing them out of the water. So
yeah, it was definitely depressing because it did feel like the wheels falling off. Where it was just okay, I was settling in for what I thought was going to be a whole game of that.
Yeah, but we get that goal line stop. I actually started feeling kind of good. It's like, well, it's only 2 scores, and we get the ball coming in, and if we can score on that, it's a ball game easily. And that stop was the key to that, and it just felt like, I don't know, I felt it in my heart that something good was going to start happening.
Well,
At least it was going to
that
be a
they
game.
did that's the kind of moment where maybe in the Bengals have passed of that they would have gotten. That,
so there was that glimmer of doubt in the back of my head, like the old Bengals, but it just feels like this team is a little new. You know, it's like just something new, something that's not going to be that, you know. So, anyway, we'll move on to this second half. So, what do? We get out, we have a brilliant drive, and we score a touchdown. And that whole second half was like 99% good stuff. Was it maybe 100% good stuff? I don't know, because it just felt like.
I mean, I guess the Jags did end up scoring again.
Yeah, so let them score again, but the defense got the key stops when we needed and some key pressure. And honestly, I think they scored that one touchdown. I think we had a sack on that touchdown where there was kind of a ticky-tacky. Von Bell got that hold, and I think he even like missed the hold. You know, he got a penalty on his penalty in a sense, you know, because he was trying to hold and couldn't. So I guess he got I don't know if he got a fistful of jersey. That, yeah, because we had a sack, and probably they kicked 3 there. You know, because we got a great sack, but nullified because of that holding, and there you go. I am remember that, right? We didn't take any notes, and we're doing this a few days after the fact.
Well, I said it was that kind of set it up, so then they kind of scored shortly after that. So it was definitely they were on third and a lot.
Well, third and some, and then we sacked them, and it would have been you know,
fourth down, and they got.
Or second, and I don't know whatever it was, but we sacked them deep. I think it was second down.
If they got that sack, that drive would have been pretty much dead. They wouldn't have gotten a touchdown.
Yeah, wouldn't have got a touchdown at least. Yeah, exactly. So, but we got definitely the stops we needed, you know, because they didn't score after that one touchdown, and then we scored on every single drive. Man, and there was that touchdown pass. Was that the first one to Uzoma? I think they were coming out where I think they was doing a pick play where Uzoma just kind of boxed out to get Boyd open, but that didn't really work out. And you see Joey Burrow just like motioning, just like go over here, go over this way, and then you see Uzoma. Oh, me? Okay. Then he starts just streaking across the field. Joe Burrow starts cutting right at first, and then Jackson Carman pancaked somebody or got somebody on the ground and come up and made another key block. So Burrow didn't get blown up, so that was awesome on him. And then he peeled out, went left, and then threw on the run a perfect pass that Uzoma just took it into the end zone. Just awesome. Can't say enough about Uzoma. Had a beast of a game, and
probably the best of his career.
That's what I'm thinking. He's had some okay games, but that's the best that's a career game for him right there. 95 yards, however many catches, and two touchdowns. Amazing there. Love seeing that. And I've been waiting for him to get him involved. I think Joey B's is going to put it where it needs to go. He's not going to zone in on any one guy, but obviously our main guys are going to get the targets because they're awesome. But you can't cover everybody, and sometimes, I always thought Uzoma was a little underrated. He's going to get a few moments. Was he Pro Bowl level? Maybe not. I don't know, but you got to love the guy's attitude, and he can make plays.
He's funny.
Man, yeah, he's funny, man. That press conference was dope. Really funny there. But we got, some good runs. We were started running the ball a little bit better, but we were airing it out. Mixon got a touchdown. Freaking that Uzoma jailbreak where he audibled out of that. I don't know what play they had dialed up, but Joe Burrow's like,
that one, because apparently he does throw that to Uzoma.
Yeah. So I did that jailbreak. They audibled out to that jailbreak screen, but they wouldn't normally go to the tight end, or at least Uzoma, and not practice. And he's like, "You're gonna do what?" So, I guess he saw a cover 0, so they were bringing some extra pressure and just like, you got to make a play, son. So he saw that. Dude's so smart, smartest guy in the field. It went right through Uzoma, and it just worked. So it got us well within field goal range. And as much shit as Zach Taylor got for that first half, which maybe he deserves it, maybe that was shitty play calling, whatever. I'm not like an analyst at that level or anything. I just look with my eyes and listen to some smart people. But it just feels What was I going to say there? I just lost my train of thought.
Well, I mean, he was able to go in and at halftime and get them all to, you know,
Yeah.
be a part of that at some
Mhm.
degree, you know, get them to come out and score. Because I said normally we go in at the half and just come out and it just gets
Mhm.
worse or something.
Well, yeah. So I don't know. Like they won't really got a lot of time to make too many adjustments, but they just let Burrow be Burrow and let him make some calls of what he sees. But they prepared for that, like seeing that jailbreak look. And I know Joe Burrow made a comment that that was their coordinator was from a Ravens background, and they do that a lot. So he recognized it. You know, he's not even played a full season. It's his second season, but he's not even played a full season's worth of games. So that was just incredible.
He talks about having like plays just in the back of his head.
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's not even something that was like, like given as an option. Because sometimes they'll send a couple, options into the huddle from the sideline. Say, hey, here's two plays. Pick whatever the right one is. They had a play dialed up, and Joe Burrow's like, no, we're going to do this, and we're going to throw it through Ozoma. Man, big cojones on that dude. So, gosh, ended up with 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, just shredding them up. Offensive line did a pretty good job of keeping them clean. I think there were 2 sacks, but the one was called back due to a penalty that they had. So it really only 1 sack on paper because that one
didn't count.
Yeah. Although it was a bad rep on our offensive line, it didn't stand on the stat sheet. So I'm good with that. You give him, that's going to happen. He's going to get hit. He's going to get some sacks. Overall, just an amazing second half. Capped it off with that Money McPherson field goal that you just, it felt like teams pass. Yeah, you're going to miss that, but nah, he split the uprights. Made ourselves in the new Bengals. Not this like cave it. Like prime time. The lights didn't get too big. We just went out and played football, and just got the dub. So Joe Burrow's a different cat. Whether Zach Taylor is the great coach or not, they love playing for him. They're all bought into the system, and I think there's a lot to look forward to in the games ahead. It's a young team. We're going to make some mistakes. We're going to lose some games, but I don't see. I see a path for us getting 9 or 10 wins. Do we get there? Maybe not. Who knows? We're going to be competitive though, and I think we can make a push. And Green Bay will be a great barometer to see if we can do that.
Oh no, that'll be an interesting game. It could be really bad, could be really good.
But I don't know if they're having. I don't know what their defensive stats are. So if it's like somebody
That's
that we
probably
can,
what matters.
yeah. So maybe our defense doesn't stop Aaron Rodgers, but maybe they got to worry about stopping our offense. I don't know.
The worst part is that it's just the anemic part. That if we are
Yeah.
slow to start, he will get
Offensively,
too much
we
of it.
seem to play half a game. This time it seems like the games leading up to this. Well, the Bears game was we played like an eighth of a quarter or something. It was all anemic. It was all this
there was
bad.
just this tiny section where there was
Where we like come back
scores.
and just 2 quick scores. Vikings game we just played that kind of like in the middle of the whole game, like the very beginning and mostly the very end got a little anemic, and Steelers the same way, but this one was like anemic all the first half and we just took over the second half. So what we need to do moving forward is just play a full 4 quarters of good football. Like even if we have some quarters that are a couple little messy
Just
spots,
not
it's not
quite
always gonna be
so
perfect.
anemic.
Yeah, just like where we
sluggish.
can't get nothing going, and then all of a sudden we have to pick it all up. We got to play a little more consistently, through the whole game. So I think that'll be key, because let's be honest, man, Aaron Rodgers will probably come in and drop 30, 35 points on us. I'd love to say our defense can get some stops, and maybe they will. They're a lot better, way improved, and maybe we hold them, below 30 points, and that would be great. He's Aaron Rodgers, so they're going to score some points. So, you got to consider it's got to be 25 plus, right? So our offense is probably going to have to match that and maybe kind of drop 30 burger on them. So that's what I hope to see is more consistent football. Because you look at it, we play one half and we get 24 points.
Well, it shows we can put up points. Is the thing is we can do that.
Yeah. Like you put one first half touchdown in there, and then we dropped those 30 points we needed. So that's what we need to do moving forward. But this is a great win, mini bye. So like some of the injuries, Mixon's ankle, and some of the other guys that didn't get to play, maybe we can get them back.
Maybe Higgins.
Higgins, Bates, big deal. I
Yeah,
think that
that
kind of hurt our run defense, to be honest. But we maybe get those guys back where we really need for this next game, because it's that could be a statement game for us. So we're going to hope for that. Until then, Hoo Day. We'll see you next game for Green Bay. Peace.